y'all, it's Gretchen and welcome back to my channel. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, we are quickly approaching colder weather, thank goodness. I don't know about y'all, but I really don't like summer. And because we're transitioning from warmer weather into colder weather, I started thinking about piercings. Like I always do. Specifically about what would be a good piercing for me to get right now. Like at this time of year when the weather is changing from warmer to cooler. Because if you think about it, depending on the kind of piercing that you get, there are certain times of the year where it's best to get that specific piercing. But that also got me thinking, just in general, when is the best time of year to actually get pierced? Just as an overall understanding, when is the best time of year? When is the best season to get pierced? When is the best moment to get a piercing? Honestly, it really depends on what exactly you're getting. What specific piercing are you looking to get? Is it the right time to get it? So, when is the best season to get pierced? And when is the worst season to get pierced? It had me thinking. Basically, what I came up with when I was just kind of running through the pros and cons of each season, of what happens during that season that contributes toward a brand new piercing. You know, what makes which season the best and what makes which season the worst. So what I came up with is that winter is the best season to get pierced. Just kind of going through things that are going on during the winter time and how it can contribute to a brand new piercing. This is what I came up with. So why is winter the best season to get pierced? Well, something to keep in mind during the winter months, during the colder months, is that certain areas of your body have reduced blood flow, which sounds kind of negative, but in regards to piercings, it can be a positive. So you think about it, your hands and your feet, they always seem to be super cold. So does your nose, so does your ears. All of those seem to get really cold. It's basically things that stick out that are more exposed to the elements, especially your hands, your ears, your nose, like if you forget to cover them up or something. So they have reduced blood flow. Why is this a good thing? Because of reduced blood flow, you may experience less swelling from a brand new piercing. Now, this is not to say that they wouldn't swell at all, but because of that reduced blood flow, they may not swell nearly as much as they would in other seasons. So if you're looking to get an ear piercing of any kind, even though you do have to be careful about making sure that it's not exposed to extreme cold, you may find that it will not swell up nearly as much as it would, say, during the summertime. New piercings are also a little bit more protected during the wintertime. You know, we're bundled up. Right now I have on this sweater. If I got my nipples pierced during the winter time, I'm usually wearing a whole lot more layers during the winter than I am during the summer, which means that piercing is gonna be way more protected from anything happening around than it would be during the summertime when I'm wearing less. Also keep in mind that if you get a piercing done during the winter, there's a good chance it's going to be healed by the time summer gets here. So say you get your navel pierced during the winter, you should be good to go and swimming in the ocean, swimming in a pool, laying out on the beach, because your piercing could be healed by then. Now, all piercings, it just kind of depends on your body. Some take longer than others. If you get it done during the winter, you should be set for the summer. Whereas if you get your navel pierced during the summer, you may not be able to frequent the beach or the pool at all, because you have to take a lot into account when you have a brand new piercing about what you can and cannot do. However, just because these things are in favor of you getting pierced during the winter time, keep these two things in mind when thinking about getting pierced during the winter. One, it is going to be cold. Metals conduct the cold, which means it's going to suck up that warmth from wherever you're pierced, and it's going to make that piercing site colder than it already is. So if you get a brand new nostril piercing and it's exposed to the elements, that metal is going to conduct the cold, and you're going to find that the piercing is way colder than it should be. So always make sure with any piercing, whether it's healed or brand new, that you're covering it up in the wintertime and you're outside. If you have any facial piercings, make sure you're keeping like a scarf around your face. If you have ear piercings, have a hat around it. Keep it as warm as possible. Likewise, the winter is also pretty dry. You'll find that your hands get way more dry. You're constantly needing to use lotion on them. Other parts of your body are gonna be the same. So you may find that around a piercing site, whether healed or new, you may find the same issue arises of it being too dry. You know how you always have to keep chapstick on hand for lips during the winter time? Same premise for new piercings. Or really, if you think about it, any piercings. So you do have to keep in mind that it is gonna be cold and dry, but I still feel like winter is the best time, just given all of the other aspects that go along with getting pierced. So then, if winter is the best season to get pierced? When is the worst? Based on a whole bunch of factors, summertime is the worst time to get pierced. Now, why is that? So in the summertime, you may find yourself more active outside than you would be during the winter. In the winter, we're usually stuck inside because it's too cold to really do anything. During the summer, we're out and about, we're doing all sorts of activities, which means our piercings may be exposed to a whole lot more that could prolong a healing process or even just wind up not being good for a brand new piercing. By being out and about, this gives a piercing more opportunity to get bumped and banged around, which could end pretty badly. It also offers more opportunities for bacteria to get in a brand new piercing. Bacteria can get in a healed piercing, but there are going to be more complications that come along with bacteria getting in a brand new piercing that is trying to heal. There's a lot that you may want to do during the summer. Going back to swimming. You want to go to the beach? You want to go lay by a pool? You want to go swim in that pool? You're not going to be able to do that if you got a brand new piercing. You cannot submerge piercings when they're healing in bodies of water. That piercing needs to be completely healed before you ever get into that water. Because you don't know what bacteria is in there. You can just weasel its way into a brand new piercing. And also, during the summertime, you want to do something like ride a roller coaster? Probably not a good idea to do that because it could get banged around and cause some problems. So you're gonna find yourself wanting to do way more during the summertime than you are during the winter time, which offers more opportunities for a piercing to just not have a good experience. And then we talked about with wintertime how there's reduced blood flow, so you may not experience as much swelling with a brand new piercing. The opposite happens in the summer, and you may experience even more swelling, or about the same. Either way, during the summer, you may experience a little bit of swelling compared to if you get it done in the winter where it may be less. And if you've ever experienced swelling with a piercing before, you know how much fun it isn't. So then that leaves us with spring and fall. What do they like to get pierced in? Well, they're kind of middle of the road. You do have some issues that may arise, such as allergies with spring and fall. I don't know about y'all, but my allergies are kicking in right now. You may also be able to get pierced in the spring and it be healed by summer, but it may not always be the case. It could still be healing by the time summer gets here. So that's why winter is a great time, because that gives you ample time for that piercing to be completely healed by the time you want to do a whole bunch of stuff during summer. You also have to just think about your lifestyle. If you're in school and you're playing sports, what season is your sport? That's going to determine a lot when the best season is for you to get pierced. At the end of the day, the best season to get pierced is the one that you deem the best season to get pierced. You know your lifestyle. You know when you're gonna wanna do things and when you're not gonna wanna do things. So the best season to get pierced is essentially determined by you. So when is the best season to get pierced? That's really up to you. This is what I feel is best for my timeline. I feel like I do end up doing a little bit more during the summertime than I do during the winter. It's not to say that I don't do things during the winter, but given the weather, the temperature, as well as lifestyle, I've just found that winter is the best time for me to get something done. That may not be the same for you though. But take some of these things into account when thinking about, I want this specific piercing. Will it be done in time for me to do this? And is now the best time for me to get this? It's up to you. Let me know in the comments below when your best season to get pierced is. Like if you're in school, do you play sports of any kind? If you're playing something like field hockey, which happens in the fall, maybe getting it done in the summer is not the best time. Let me know what has fit your lifestyle. What is the best season for you? And what is the worst? Also, my allergies are pretty bad right now, so I would not get any kind of facial piercing for myself because yikes. Special thank you to my patrons. You can help support the channel on Patreon while having access to videos early, viewing patron-only content, and more. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big ol' thumbs up. Going down there and hit that subscribe button, wherever it may be, because I don't know. Even though I do, this is just my shtick now. Also hit that notification bell in case you want to know when I upload, and in case YouTube wants to let you know when I upload, because I would really appreciate it. And until next time, bye all!